So I thought I'd talk about what I've read so far on Plessy versus Ferguson and the Mismeasure of Man. And yes, they do seem to tie together based on racial philosophy and the misled information about races that were deemed inferior. It, it does especially go towards how intelligence is supposedly different among different races or sexes, social hierarchy, and how those of higher IQs are better adapted. To this day, scientists are still unsure if intelligence is from selective nature or I cannot think of a better word of that right now, but of inheritance or if it could even be measured at all. And it is all based on the lack of credible and accurate evidence that we can blame on unborn knowledge from back hundreds, even thousands of years ago, and even technology or the lack thereof from the past. But as for Plessy versus Ferguson, it does go through the amendments and how the amendments have led to this particular case. And even though the 15th Amendment had nothing to do with the particular case, it does somehow lead into the case. And it does start a debate about the guarantee of all African Americans having the right to vote. The 13th Amendment does state the banishment of slavery, yet it does not specify on which rights the African Americans can have for the first time. Rather, they are as equal as rights, or if they are still going through some restrictions. The complicated wording for the 14th Amendment did cause some confusion to a lot of people in the nation, which led to some states to let themselves restrict the rights of those people. And the questions I have for the class are: why were people who are half African or less still considered colored under law? For those who were, say, 1/4 African or less would be considered white technically. I've always had that question for years. I've just been wondering, where did that philosophy come from? And what did the slaughterhouse case of 1869 have to do with the African American rights overall? I just had a bit of difficulty trying to tie it in all together. And could the overbearing presence of prejudice in many parts around the world be due to both people following older philosophies, quote unquote, and either the lack of or the misleading education of the younger generations based on superstitions?